Good afternoon. It was a Saturday in 1960, and for Jacksonville, it was in many ways more of the same attempts to push back the hands of time to a period of second-class citizenship for Black Jacksonville sons and daughters. You see, this Saturday was 6 years after the Brown versus Board of Education decision that declared separate but equal as unconstitutional. Jacksonville was once again on the precipice of affirming the full citizenship, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness of its Black neighbors, or once again attempted to turn back the hands of time. But at this time in Jacksonville, not so distant past, a disruption occurs. Young people and other neighbors and allies committed to equality and the belief that all women and men are truly created equal, put themselves in harm's way to make Jacksonville true for each of us. It was George Tudston and Jacqueline Stevens and Colbert Britt and Joan Hosendorf and Helen Britton, Alton Yates and Marjorie Meeks and Mary Alice King, Robert Freeman and Richard Charles Parker and Paul Freeman and the Boomerangs and Dr. Arnett Gerardo and Rutledge Pearson and my uncle, Rodney Hurst, and my aunt, Ann Alberti Hurst, and my late parents, who were life members of the NAACP, Frank and Brenda Priestley, and Jan Wilson, Uncle Rodney's mother, and Maddie B. Alberti Perry, Uncle Rodney's mother-in-law, and my grandmother, and the nameless, faceless others who said, no, it's time for a change. The first sit-ins in Jacksonville was on August 13th, 1960, at the Woolworth's department store. Also targeted were Cohen Brothers, now City Hall, W.T. Grant Department Store, Crest Department Store, and McCrory's Department Store. So what's today? Consolidation would arrive less than 8 years later with the promise of better city services for Jacksonville and Duval and greater efficiency to our neighbors, particularly the least of us. But have we fulfilled the promise today in Jacksonville? Today in Jacksonville, we remain a city separated by 7 bridges of opportunities for many. Septic tanks that need to be removed, crumbling infrastructure, economic development not viable or visible in certain parts of our city, disparate educational outcomes and opportunities, job lost, economic anxieties experienced because of the pandemic, recession, health disparities and death of our neighbors because of COVID-19, and ongoing inequities. That's part of our present. We don't like to talk about that in Jacksonville. And guess what? Neither do I. But we must. That's what the quest for ethno-racial equity and justice now are all about. That's why Uncle Rodney began planning this well over 10 years ago for the 60th commemoration. So today I ask that we commit to a more just Jacksonville, not one separated by 7 bridges of unequal opportunities, but one that fulfills the promises that those youth believed in when they put themselves in harm's way. We fulfill the promises of the NAACP, all of our allies, and we commit to those who are fighting today for ethno-racial justice. We commit to believing that Black lives matter, and we show it with funding and resources for those of us often overlooked and forgotten. Together we can. We're a bunch of strivers. We can together achieve a more just Jacksonville. And I challenge you to join Uncle Rodney and me on that journey to do just that.